Grace pitcher out, and the top 3 RBI guys are no longer in your lineup right now?
Kevin, I will reiterate the same things I've been saying all summer. This is not about me. This is not about me. This will never be about me. This is only about our team in that clubhouse. And those 25 guys got to go out and play every night. And so my job right now is to make sure that they understand what's expected of each and every one of those guys, and that they go out and attain that and try to reach those expectations. And that's all this is about.
Trying to reach those expectations, what's the biggest challenge then with all those guys no longer here or David Hurts?
Well, obviously to keep their spirits up. I mean, they understand, as I told you, don't think for 1 second players are naive. They know who's not here. And they know that those are big holes and big shoes to fill. And a lot of them have to look in the mirror and realize they're the ones who have to fill them. But if they're going to play at this level, if they're going to play in this arena, there's going to be expectations. No matter who they are, no matter if their number is number 5, there's still expectations here. And so if if it's difficult for them to deal with, this is not the place for them to play. So we'll go about and certainly turn them out there, let's set them out and let them play, and hopefully we get them better.
How do you keep a collective spirit up? Is it one-on-one? Is it lightning food? Is it group meetings? How do you actually keep an entire group spirit where it needs to be?
Well, I think it's a combination of all those things. I mean, there are certain guys, and I'll tell you, I've already had 4 guys in the office today. So there's one-on-ones. Lighten the mood, have a team get together, discuss issues. All those things will be taken into consideration. But again, if you want to know how things are felt, go in the other clubhouse, see if they're feeling sorry for us. So, and as I've said all year long, there's still a clubhouse full of guys in there that are fighting for their jobs. So they want to cash it in. There'll be somebody else in those uniforms next year.
I think you had said a while back that if Matt and Juan Lagares were ever up here at the same point, that Matt's the one who's always played center field, but Juan has played corners. But given how well Juan has played in center field, do you know how that's going to shake out as far as who plays where? And just secondarily, because Matt's a lefty and Brown's a righty, would you presume some kind of tandem of them would fill that Bird spot somehow?
Adam, first of all, Juan's played great, and I will never, ever say anything different. Matt Dendecker is going to play some center field here. Because, number one, we have to see it, just as we are going to watch Wilmer Flores play second base when Dan Murphy's the second baseman. So, that being said, there's going to be times Matt Dendecker is going to be in center field, and there's a chance that Juan Lagares is going to be in right field. But in this right now, as I sit here today, yes, we'll probably do a tandem of Brownie and Matt, but that doesn't mean Matt's not playing center.
Yeah. Josh?
The shift, Kevin mentioned your RBI guys, top 3 RBI guys are gone, but arguably those are your top 3 sounding boards too, leaders, veteran guys. Is it a chance for a Murph, for an Ike, to show you or show themselves for a month now that in that kind of role, do they elevate naturally towards being those guys?
Well, obviously there's a couple guys in there who are basically natural leaders anyway. They're vocal guys. They've got a sense about the game at this level and how to play it. And so they'll be certainly with the loss of, and those are 2 very, very good professionals. You don't have a guy like John Buck who's been an everyday player who walks in your office and say, I'll do everything in my power to get Travis Darno better. That's a pro. We still got LaTroy Hawkins in there that people can use as a sounding board. So we still got a veteran presence. Obviously, when Thursday comes and David leaves, it'll be minimized a little bit. But, there's a lot of places where you've got a young team and people, I've got a great coaching staff. There's some experience there. Tim Tuffle, he's got a World Series ring. Tommy Goodwin was one of those number 1 draft choices at one time. He's got, they've got all that. Dan Worthen's been here since the club became a New York Met, I think, since we bought the team. But there's some guys in there that you can turn to that are, they don't have to be dressing in that one room. There's other people that you can rely on here. Certainly we need to exhaust all the sources we have to make sure we stay on board here and move forward.
Anybody next? Mike?
So you mentioned David going down Thursday. Is there like a best case scenario for him when he could possibly be back?
Mike, there isn't. I mean, you know, it's a process, and one thing David realizes in the end, I saw him say it the other day, you know, he's not gonna take a chance to have this become chronic, to where every year we gotta police it. So he's gonna do it the right way, and when that time comes, he'll be back here. Again, is it gonna be 7 days, 10 days, 14 days? I have no idea. He's the only one who can determine that.
Yeah, Adam.
I'm not so sure with, that's all right.
There's a lot going on there, Adam, and it's understandable. I know.
Anybody
Oh,
else?
Oh, you got it.
Adam remembers?
On the mic. When David goes down on Thursday, is he done enough here that he jumps right into Florida State League games or Gulf Coast League games, or that's either steps before that?
I think, Adam, to be honest, I think there's going to be, first thing David wants to do is face some live pitching. So he is going to go and do, you know, what we call tracking, and that is when the pitchers are throwing sides, he's going to stand in, because I'm not sure he's ready to swing 100% yet, although he's taking very good batting practice outside. So I'm not sure he's ready to go 100%, but he's going to spend 2 or 3 days tracking, so he's seeing live pitching, so he's not going to be surprised by the speed of the game when it speeds up. And then we're hoping that by certainly Sunday or Monday, he's in a couple games, or in a game for at least seeing some pitching. If not, it probably won't be maybe not play third base, but so we're gonna try to speed the process up as best we can. Yet it's going to be based on how he feels.
Yeah, Jerry?
Terry, how tough is a day like today for a manager when 2 guys you had yesterday, real cornerstones for your team, are gone by the time, you know, players get here this afternoon?
Well, Jerry, when, you know, obviously, you know, we had an idea leading up to it, and so, you know, that added to a lot of my emotions yesterday, you know, that here we got our ace down, got the possibility of losing the middle of my lineup, and a guy who, in the first 2 months of the season, pretty much carried us on his back and is a pro. So my thought process is how are we going to get through this? And so I came in today prepared for it, so I wasn't surprised by it. And I think I reiterate what Sandy says. You know, this guy, and I'll tell you, I back my front office completely, because they don't do things on a whim. There's a plan. And if it's in there, they feel with it, you know, this is the best move for this organization moving forward, that this kid who we got is going to help us down the road, then it's the move we had to make for right now. And now my job is to make sure, because they're not here now. And again, as I said to them, I mean, I can't tell you how much value they brought to this team, especially with what we've gone through throughout this season. But they're not here now. So my attention has to be to the other 25 guys. And so as I came in today, and as I told you before, every morning I get up, I know there's some challenge I've got to meet. And today it's to make sure that there's 23 other guys in that clubhouse now that realize that there's going to be some expectations, that there's got to be some guys who got to step up. And that's how we're going to get better. But so, you know, I've worked on my little individual talks to each and every guy, and we'll see how it plays out.
Okay. Any last questions, everybody? We're good?
Sorry, I was here trying to get out of the door, but